Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, April 25th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com. We got more Google search ranking volatility. Google AI overviews are harming click-through rates again, studies say. Search ads continue to grow. Google's earnings reports show that their ad revenue is up again, and there's a lot of AI overviews flowing all over the place and a lot more. So definitely stay tuned. And of course, I'd like to thank our sponsor. Duda's the professional website builder you can call your own, so definitely check them out at duda.co. Thanks so much, Duda, for sponsoring. We deeply appreciate it. Okay, so first up, we reported about Google search ranking volatility again this week. This has happened on April 22nd and April 23rd. Before that, we had ranking volatility on April 16th and April 9th, and then we had the March core update. So there's definitely a lot of things going on in terms of this. It seemed to calm down after, like on March 24th, and things seem to actually be spiking up again this morning. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on, so I'll keep an eye on it over the weekend, but if you are noticing ranking volatility on the 22nd, 23rd, and then maybe again Friday, I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll let you know and give you an update over the weekend, hopefully. A few more studies came out around AI overviews and how they actually impact the click-through rate to publishers' websites, maybe some ads. We have, this is initially covered by Danny Goodwin at Search Engine Land. Hrefs showed some data that showed there was a 34.5% lower average click-through rate for the top ranking pages compared to similar informational keywords without AI overviews. AMSIV Digital, at the AMSIV agency, where Lily Ray works, shows that there's a CTR decline of 15.49%. And then SimilarWeb shared some data as well, saying there's 20% fewer clicks when AI overviews are present as well. So that's number 5. That's the 3 new ones. We had 2 other ones. So that's 5 studies all showing that AI overviews drive fewer clicks when they're present on the actual search results page than when they're not. So it's pretty interesting and pretty scary. Google has decided to stop supporting their special announcement structure data starting on July 31st, 2025. This special announcement structure data was introduced during COVID as a way for like health or any type of business or health agency to go ahead and post special instructions about their health policies and information around, I guess, health and COVID. So now it's being deprecated on July 31st, so to keep that in mind. I think Bing may still support it, but you can keep the code there. It doesn't hurt. If you are using it, it's still available. Bing also announced that they are going to be streamlining their email notifications for Bing Webmaster tools. In response to Martin McDonald, Fabrice Cannell from Microsoft said, we're working to streamline things because basically this, people get dozens of emails from Bing Webmaster tools with the same information, which could be a little bit frustrating. But again, Google had the same issues. They fixed it partially, and Microsoft is going to be working on fixing that as well. Google Posts went missing from the Google local panels, from Google Business Profiles, for several days this week. Finally, as of late last night, this morning, it is now fixed. This was driving people insane, and Google, we weren't sure if it was Google's getting rid of the Google Post feature, the Google Updates feature, but it is not. It's still there. It was fixed as of late last night or this morning, so you could go ahead and check to see if your Google Posts are back, because a lot of people do like to use those. Talking about Google Business Profiles has made an upgrade to their video verifications called Video Previews. So now before you submit your video verification, Google's going to make you preview the video that you're uploading to verify that your video actually has everything it needs to have before you submit it. I'm sure it's not going to result in everybody, previewing the whole thing and actually submitting a valid video, but it's one more step that could make it a little bit easier for Google to get proper video verifications before you submit that video to Google. Then Google last night reported their earnings report for Q1 2025, and I always love to dive into the ad revenue specifically, and their ad revenue was up 8.5% compared to the year-to-year quarter, so Q1 2025 compared to Q1 2024. If you look at last quarter, Q4, which is always Google's best quarter, it was down a little bit. So you really can't compare it that way, but it was down about 7.7%. Overall, Google's ad revenue was up. Google's total revenue was up 12%. Again, comparing it to last quarter, it wasn't as good because, again, Q4 is the best quarter. That being said, also, Sundar Pichai announced that AI overviews are served up to 1.5 billion users monthly now, which is pretty wild, and I'm sure a lot of people are not excited about that because of all the issues we've seen with it. But he says it's getting better and better, and it looks like they're going to keep moving forward with it. And then we'll see what happens with the AI mode, because they're very, very happy with AI mode as well. I put this little chart there showing the ad revenue and the overall revenue and profits, which keep going up in that trajectory of up, 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 and up. That's pretty much the earnings report. It's pretty interesting to see that as well. But also the IAB and PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, came out with their own study on search ad revenue for 2024, and it grew 15.9% in terms of search ad revenue spend at $102.9 billion. Search ads made up the largest pie of internet advertising at almost 40%. And it goes through all this type of stuff. I have tons of charts there, so definitely take a look at that. It looks like it's a good market to be in and continue to be in, although it's not as growing as fast as some other markets. On the Google Ads front, Google will look for more ways to make more clicks and to make more money. Google is allowing advertisers to show ads both on the top and on the bottom. Now, I thought we covered this, that Google's going to allow double serving. Technically, Google said, no, it's not called double serving. They posted a new announcement. This is not double serving. We updated our policies to allow this. So technically, it's not called double serving. And that being said, we're now allowing advertisers to advertise both on the top ads as well as participate in the bottom ads auction, since they're separate auctions. So again, this is allowed to be happen. And again, there's no real way to see metrics for how well am I performing if I just show top ads, how well am I performing if I just show bottom ads, how well am I performing on both. You have to just see everything in aggregate, which is kind of frustrating for advertisers. Although Ginny Marvin was made aware of this at Google, and hopefully there will be more reporting coming. I'm a little bit skeptical. I don't know if there will be. Google Local Service Ads has a new terms of service that you need to agree to, new legal terms that you have to agree to by June 5th, or else your ads will maybe not be served in the future. And they're kind of broad in nature. Menachem Ani and Anthony Higgins posted about this. Basically, Google may modify, display, and use your LSA content, not just in local service ads, but also in other Google products and services. Also, too, Google may use your phone call, messaging, and conversations, as well as URL destination information provided in local service ads or through local service ads for other areas. And your agencies may accept the terms on your behalf without you even knowing. So you have to go ahead and submit these things. It seems like not too many advertisers are happy about this. It's pretty broad range, but again, Google be Google. And then Google also on the Google Local Service Ads is relaxing some of its photo guidelines after May 22nd, which may mean that it allows you to show more ads, some more photos that may not have been as quality as originally required, including the wrong watermarks, phone numbers, email addresses, all that off-topic stuff. They're going to kind of allow this stuff going forward. So we'll see what the quality of those photos look like going forward. And maybe it was hard for Google to get good photos with all these restrictions, so maybe they just relaxed it for that purpose. I'm not sure. Launch Microsoft's Copilot Merchant Program. Microsoft's Copilot Merchant Program is a way to feed Copilot more details about your products. Microsoft specifically said it's a way to integrate your shopping experience with Copilot to help your brand gain visibility, acquire more customers, and generate sales, all from a convenient centralized location. Again, it's just feeding the AI to go ahead and feed the agents to do stuff for you, which is kind of the future. Nice spot there by Gagan Gorta. So keep an eye on that. If you are in shopping, you probably want to look at the Microsoft Copilot Merchant Program. It can't hurt to try it out, because you definitely want your products to show up wherever they can. Bing is testing showing 2 rows of shopping ads across certain types of queries, where you can actually expand and see dozens of rows of shopping ads. This is spotted by Sasha Patel. Again, we saw this with Google earlier, and now Microsoft Bing is doing this as well. Microsoft Advertising seems to have suspended, at least temporarily, the ability to do client connection requests. So if you are an agency and you want to go ahead and say, I'm taking over this client account, give me access to it, you will be able to actually send a link to your customers to click on to actually activate that. Microsoft, for some reason, it seems like a security issue has happened where they're going and saying, no, we're not allowing this anymore. If you want to have this happen, you as the agency need to reach out to Microsoft support, and then we'll get back to you within 5 to 7 days. So if you are taking on a new account for a customer, it will take you about a week to get full access to that client's account before you actually go ahead and do any work for them. This is super frustrating. This is spotted by PPC Kirk Williams. Nice find there. Hopefully Microsoft will get this working. It seems like it's temporary to me due to some security issues, but we will see. Google AdSense has launched a new policy center update where they actually have they replace the must-fix labels with policy issue, regulatory issues, and advertiser preference, as well as have a new drill down. So if you are big into AdSense, they give you more information there in the policy center. Google Chrome has said they're not going to go ahead and require or roll out the prompt to turn off third-party cookies. Basically, it seems like they're giving up on the whole alternative to third-party cookies, although they made it worded like they're not giving up on that. That being said, specifically right now, they're not going to go ahead and roll out the prompt to turn off third-party cookies like they plan to do. So keep that in mind. Third-party cookies seem to be here to stay, at least for the next very long while. The crazy thing is Google's been working on this for over 5 years, and nothing has happened with that. Google Analytics has updated its data quality and attributes reportings in Google Analytics. Part of that, a lot of people are saying this data not available show up in GA4. Again, this is part of this update. So there's a lot of chatter around this. I have a little post about it going through those changes, and Google says it's about data quality and attributes reporting. And finally, Google demoed at TED, the TED conference, the new Android AR glasses, which is called Android XR, and it's really, really cool. It's that demo where you're actually wearing these pretty thin glasses, and it remembers what you're looking at. It could translate for you on real time. It can even say, oh, I forgot where I put my keys, and it'll remind you based on looking at something, I don't know, an hour ago where your keys might be. It's super pretty interesting. I definitely recommend you watch that video because people might be walking around with these types of glasses in the future. And then thanks so much for watching the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over the Search Engine Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com over the past week. Again, thanks so much for Duda for sponsoring. See you guys next week. Have a great, safe weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.